Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today it's all about bringing your embossing, your dry embossing to life with colors. I done that with different dye. I was inspired by those color by Jackie. She's in Netherlands or in Canada. She go back and forth. So thank you, Jackie. I'm going to share two different ways. Some of them I like to color before, some of them I like to color after. Well, this one here, to be honest, I like to color after I drag the ink on. So let me move this because I'm going to share out, finish that. So this one here, it's the traditional rate, and it is 6 by 6 1/4, the die, not the die, but the embossing folder. Um, I did 6 by 6. You don't have to use 6 by 6. You can do like 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Start that way, but this way we're going to do 2 cards. So this one here, so this is the debossed. So this is, it's hard to see. See, this is the raised up. I'm going to put side by side here so you can see better. So this is the raised up side. We're going to color on the debossed. It's where it go in. So I use Poppy Parade. Is it Poppy Parade? Now yes, Poppy Parade for the little dots. The next one I'm going to do, I will not color the dots. I think the dots going to look good like in white, like that, those white berries during Christmas, or I'm using berry vanilla. I think it's going to be very good. Now, if you ask me what green I'm using, here we go. I use a bit of all the greens. So the one that the light in lemon lime twist and the light in granny apple, go a little bit more yellowish on berry vanilla, but I love the way that it all looked, to be honest. I mean, and it would be great too for fall. And this folder here is the Peaceful Greenery. So both of them look very good. If you want to have the emboss, this is Eat Emboss. I would stamp before you add your color, okay? It's going to make it a lot easier before you start adding ink. If not, you have to let it dry, blah, blah, blah. So, and then you can do emboss resist. You're going to put all the color and just wipe it off. This year, it's not embossed. That it's my to-go-to grading for Christmas. I'm using the Joyful Days. I think it's days. Page 14, if I recall right. I use so many of that. 13 and 14, I'm using those 2 page. That's my to-go in the greeting. 15. So it's page 13 for the memory and more that I use a lot. And page 15 for greeting for you, the ephemera pack. So that's what it is here. So we're going to be using that also. So first, let me show you. So like I said, this here, I color first. And when I say I color, it's very hard to see exactly where, it's debossed. So even if you go more, it's okay. See, I just keep on adding. I'm not even paying attention if I'm staying in the lines or not. But that's how I done it. Now, another way that I think this one go better, I use Blackberry Bliss for the back. So we can do Blackberry Bliss, Night of Navy, Basic Gray. Basic Gray, I mean, I would use Memento Black instead. You want a dark color. The darker, the better, so then you don't have to pay attention to your lines. So let me show you both ways, like I said. So this is the deboss here. I'm going to use Night of Navy, and you want your ink pad to be really, really, I get notes here. I don't know what it was. You want your ink pad to be very juicy. Now, I like to drag it this way. I say juicy, can have more ink there. So that's good. You can see me how I ink that. It's do it at your own risk. You can use blending brush, but the blending brush won't really be the best to work with. And the reason why I say that, because the brush going to go very inside the deboss there. So you really want to, this is very, it's not squeezing good for some reason. Um, you really want to just keep on the surface, okay? Now, I use an old bone folder. You can use a plastic spoon, but do not use a credit card because the credit card really gonna can cut your foam pad there. Okay, so now I'm gonna come back here and see, you just add your ink. Now, when some of it gonna go inside, and that's perfectly fine. It's all gonna work good. It's just gonna give some character. So you don't want to press down this way. You want to go flat, okay? Et voila. So now that it's Night of Navy here. Um, I think it looked very good for like with the reed. Okay, I got some of it on my hand, no worry. So that it's this way. Now you're gonna say, well, you get a lot of color in there. Don't worry. You're gonna see how that's gonna get. Now this one here, we're gonna go with the Blackberry Bliss, like the one I did. And see, flat. And this I had just ink it, so it's very juicy also, okay? Even the Night of Navy, I can even add more, I think, on my pad. And you see, I'm using my rag there till it dry. I don't want to get all my hand there. I could have used my glass mat there, but that's okay. I got it done here. Okay, see, that's a very nice dark color. Now we're going to close that. And do I have something to wash my hand here? I got a bit of, here we go. Voila. Okay, oops. I want to make sure it's dry here. Okay, so now you can see it's coming to life pretty good, right? So you can see how easier it is if you add your color first than before. So now I can come with my markers and color on top. Also, when you're done coloring, you can always come and add more of like the Blackberry Bliss, or you want to make sure the ink gets dry because you see it get kind of discoloration if it's not dry all the way. So you want to make sure the ink is dry, but you can come back and add more. So here, the mossy. So I didn't add no yellow. What look kind of yellow, that is just like one of the light green, okay? Like the twisted lemon lime twist and such. um, you can add as much more than you want, or you can go with darker and such. So even if I get some of the color inside the leaf, I think that just gives character. Is that beautiful? Now, here is just like that. It's, to be honest, I really like it this way too. I think I would do one just with the blue and the vanilla. I think that's beautiful. But just show after you add your color, you can come ahead and see it's a lot easier to add the color because you can see where you're going. Even if you get that blue in the middle and that is just add to your color scheme here of the leaves. So you can add all in one color if you wish. That's all up to you. Or you can add in multiple color. Now, this one, I'm going to finish this one. The berries, I think I will leave them in the cream color because I think it's very striking. Now, let me show you how I done. So let's say that for my greeting, let's say I want Merry Christmas. Let's see this one here. Okay, so Blackberry Bliss or the blue or whatever. I'm gonna do blue. I get Blackberry Bliss there. What I do, I just take my ink pad. Again, you can take your blends, wipe it right away, or you can take the ink pad directly on it like this. And then you're going to take your rag and wipe the top of it. So where is that gold? It's resists, it's the foil. So it's all, look at that. Okay. Now, to fit on my card, let me show you how I cut this. Because that is 6 by 6. So I'm gonna cut this. Okay, I'm gonna say I want it this way. I'm gonna cut this at 4. I'm gonna cut a strip right here. Here we go. So this here, you're gonna laugh, but I used them. I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this at 4 and 1/8. 4 and 1/8. This here gonna be put on another card. Now I'm going to turn this and I have to cut that at 5 and 3/8. So I just going to cut a bit there and cut a little bit there. 5 and 3/8. That's quite a bit there. I'm going to cut more there. You know what? It don't matter really. I could have cut that all off. That's okay. So I just try to make it the right proportion here. And it's going to go this way. Now on my card base here, I got this one. It's on the long way, so it's 11 by 4 1/4. Score at 5 1/2. And then this here, it's put directly on it. So I would glue that right on. For some reason, I think, no, it's going this way. And then you can, oh, that's in green. I like to use the same color. So I would do one with Blackberry Bliss. Take one of the greeting and Blackberry Bliss here. Even, I don't know if the joy would work good too there. So what I would do is, again, you just take your ink pad and now you're going to see the magic here because this one you're really going to see. What I mean by that, see how it looked like it's all discoloration on the gold? Just take your rag and wipe it off. And where you get the ink, the gold, it don't absorb. It's the foil, so it's a resist because our ink, it's water based. So if you would use a stays on, well, it would stay there. But this is voila. Other than my hand, it's very colorful right now. Et voila. And here it is. Now for the inside, so I get for this month of November on my website at frenchiestamps.com, I offer the download for different greeting for inside the card. So here it is. I'm going to use this one. And what I told you, all those little pieces, I use them. That is what I use. Oops, that was weird. Add a big bubble just to add a little bit of the same in the front to the back. I could use a cardstock also, but I had that, like some of them, if I would have went all on one side, I would have some of those leaves too, so that make it good. I got some glue that went on the side here. That's okay. I'm going to take another little one. See? I'm going to make it work. Et voila. Now turn this upside down. Cut from the back. I need a tiny bit of glue there. And the reason why the thing is so small, that's why I had done a strip, but I must have pushed it with my hand there. Et voila. So now I got my insert for inside. Now my joy, I'm gonna put that with dimensional. So you can peel it and have it directly stick to this, but I want to raise it. So I'm using the small dimensional. So if I don't peel it, somebody said, well, is it gonna peel off? It didn't happen to me. So I just put my small dimensional in the back, and then voila. Well, maybe not. Here we go. And I'm going to put my joy there. I could add some bling too and such. Et voila, how pretty that is. And this is the same technique with the Peaceful Greenery. But this one, it's Night of Navy, and you see all the leaf look like it's coming to life. I emboss it, stamp with Versamark, emboss with gold. And I did that before I dragged my ink pad, so it just resists. Now with this piece, like I said, I'm going to do another card. Well, for the other card that I got this here. And this one, I embossed with the Peaceful Greenery. And we're going to go ahead and add a strip of Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to put that right at the line there. So this is 5.5 long by, I mean, I could, that was scrap that I had. Really, I just need 2 little strips, see? So, or you can use a piece 5.5 by 2 would work perfect. And this, I trim a little bit on the side just because it looked like it was not proportioned right and such. So I just trimmed there. And then I'm going to come here. We're going to put that right here. And this one, do the greeting, I did with mossy. The other one, I think looked better because it looked the same color, you know, it blend, it looked like it's embossed, but it's not embossed. See, another of the strip I told you about. And then we're gonna, oh, this is off a bit. 1 minute, let me, 1 minute. Now I need to put this on. Okay, let me add more glue to this here. Oh, it's this one here a bit. It's just one little bit off, but it's bugging me because I'm seeing the cardstock and not see the cards. It's longer. Here we go. It was just a smidge. The smidge did bug me though. Now I'm going to put that right on top here. And now, again, I'm going to raise this up. This time I'm using the big dimensional just because I get the spot for it. And this one, I did it with mossy. So it's from the same ephemera pad. And then I just going to put that this way. Make sure I get enough glue there because it's embossed, you know. Et voila. How beautiful that is, right? So here it is. So with the scrap, I did that one. This one here, I embossed, I put it on a gold foil to bring that gold out. Here it is. And I could add some blinks also, but I will finish the other two. So I will finish this one here, and I'm going to keep the berry in cream. And I will do another one with just the blue and the vanilla. I think it's very striking. So that is it, my friend. I hope I inspire you to bring your embossing to life. That's about it for now. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye bye for now.